Out the Texas state capitol, where lawmakers just wrapped up an hours-long hearing about fines for the House Democrats who broke quorum last year.
Yeah, the Democrats, they haven't paid those fines. So the House Administration Committee met today to talk about what they can do to try to force the lawmakers to pay.
KVUE's Daniel Perot is live at the Texas Capitol. And Daniel, what did the committee decide to do when it comes to those fines?
Mark and Ashley, the House Administration Committee voted down party lines to still continue to fine the Democrats that broke quorum, but they did vote to lower the amount of money that those Democratic state lawmakers owe the Texas House of Representatives. In particular, they knocked down some of the charges, such as taking off 2 Sundays that they were charged for not being at the Capitol, even though the House was not in session on that day. This all goes back to last August when the Democrats broke quorum, so they now owe each about $8,300 for leaving the state for about 2 weeks as Republicans push to redraw the state's congressional map. That includes the daily fine for not being present and their share of the cost for law enforcement to try and track them down. Democrats have said they believe the fines were not calculated fairly, particularly when it comes to what DPS says that it spent to try to round up those quorum-breaking lawmakers. The committee's vice chair, State Representative Cheryl Cole from Austin, offered multiple amendments to try and lower the fines even more, but all of those failed on a party line vote. I caught up with State Representative Jolanda Jones from Houston after she testified before the committee, and she was pretty irate about how this entire process played out today.
Not one of my colleagues in the House, including the Republicans, voted for me to be a state rep. And so for you to find me, to say that I had an obligation to follow your dumb made-up rules, rather than the people who elected me to represent House District 147, you smoking crack. Crackheads make better decisions.
House rules say lawmakers cannot use campaign cash to pay the fines, but House Democratic Caucus Chair State Representative Gene Wu says he believes that a part of state law allows them to get reimbursed with campaign cash. Some Republican lawmakers that I've talked to say they're not so sure that is the case, and that's how that law works. Republicans have threatened to dock office budgets and staff for state lawmakers who do not pay. Representative Wu said that he plans to pay the fine out of pocket, but Representative Jones said that she plans to appeal that fine as far and for as long as she has to because she believes that she did nothing wrong and she was doing exactly what her constituents wanted her to do when she broke quorum. Live at the Texas Capitol, Daniel Perot, KVUE News.
Daniel, thank you. Well, ahead of today's hearing, I sat down with Austin area State Representative John Busey to ask if he plans to pay up. Here's what he said. You know, those penalties, thousands of dollars that Democrats were fined. Have you paid your fine?
I have not paid my fine yet, and we're going to continue to stand up for the people of House District 136 and of Central Texas community. They wanted me to break quorum. The support that I got from my constituents was through the roof for my actions. I was serving them by making that decision. Obviously, if the fines come, they come. I was never going to be deterred by taking the right action because of the fear of penalty, but I don't think they're just to have these fines against us.